Hey everyone, have you heard the saying, what you recognize will be repeated? Well, that's what we're talking about in a brand new series that we're starting today on the Monday Minute Team Building Tip. I'm Gale Bates, CEO of MyMentorBiz.com, where I help leaders grow strong million-dollar teams. We work on strategies and systems to help them scale their business up to that million-dollar level. So, your job as a leader is to help each one of your team members feel confident and feel successful in achieving their goals, right? And the way to do that, the way that we do that in direct sales, is through rewarding them for their efforts, right? Especially maybe your team incentives that you're offering, or even company incentives. You're recognizing and rewarding them for that. Hi, Casey. Glad you could join us today. So, you know, when you recognize and reward them for their efforts, they're going to love wanting to earn those incentives, right? And because you are recognizing them, that's going to make the difference in your team members actually wanting to be part of your team and also being winners. So we are going through a new series this week. We're starting a new series on how to recognize and reward team members. And we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about number one, which is how to recognize them. I've got a great tip to show you that. Number two, I'm going to talk about what to recognize. And in step three, we'll talk about ways to recognize your team every week. In step four, we're going to be talking about ways to recognize your team every day. And in step five, we're going to talk about a special recognition that I love to work with my team that really made a difference. So let's go forward with talking about the how to recognize your team member. Okay, so, and I always love these little props because it helps you when I go through each one of these steps. So recognizing the best way to recognize team members is usually at your team meetings in person, okay? This builds so much confidence because you're recognizing them in front of their peers, okay? And one of the best ways to do that is to bring them to the front of the room. You just don't want to be calling out their name and just handing them over something. You want to actually bring them to the front of the room, okay? And making sure you are present and in the moment with that person. And so many times I have seen leaders, I've been to many team meetings in my training days when I would train in the corporate arena, and I would see leaders stand up there, call people's names, have them give them a certificate, sit down, and that was it. When you are present in the moment with somebody, it makes a difference. They know you care. So being present in the moment and looking them in the eyes, actually looking them in the eyes face to face and saying, I am so proud of you in earning this award. And then actually putting your hand on their shoulder, or if you're so inclined like me, I'd like to give people a hug. That's up to you. But that truly makes a difference in that person feeling confident, feeling that achievement of success that they earned something with their own efforts. And when they've done that, this is the next tip that I want to share with you, is once you've given that out, you've looked into their eyes, you've told them how proud you are of them, and people are clapping and applauding their efforts, then you want to ask them to share how they achieved that award. Because this is how you are recognizing what will be repeated. That's that saying, right? And when that person is sharing the exact way they earned being the top seller or the top recruiter or going to the next level in their business, that is what will be repeated on your team. So recognizing effort and achievement often affirms why team members will love being part of your team. So that's the first step in this new series on how to recognize team members. We'll tell you a little bit more about how to recognize them as we go further, but next week we're going to talk about what to recognize. So thanks for being on, Casey. Hey, James. Love seeing you on here today. Leave me, if you're watching this replay, I'd love you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going for 100. I think I'm up to 84. So just keep adding if you wouldn't mind. And then leave me a message on recognition and rewards. What part of that if you have a question about how to recognize or what to recognize, anything to do with recognition, I'd love to help you with that. Have a great Monday.